Perfect, Alani, perfect. Hey, Yombi. Hey, Yombi, boy. Next one.
It's back. I got the page, yeah? Caesar mix.
Make sure.
Yes, Caesar packs his black, and given that the black is in the pocket, Ian is not opting for anything less than a sweep. Ian seems to choose a defensive play, an offensive play rather. So it's 3 up. Nehemiah Natukunda, former captain Hotpool. Thanks for watching with Ongom Dennis. So Ian, as always, is composed and he wants to sweep. He failed to open a ball that was sunk on the cushion, and he is still not convinced that a snooker is the most or the best shot, but I think he has no choice. So Ian goes defensive. Ian has gone defensive, but he seems to have left a small gap that a simple English can take Caesar to that black. Caesar elevates the cue for an English, and he makes the English in. The swerve has worked, and Caesar goes up. As we said earlier, you cannot say you are comfortably leading a player like Caesar unless you have sunk the last black. And Caesar now takes the second lead. He first took the first league before they beat him 3 straight frames in a blink of an eye, and now he leveled matters before he took the lead. It is Ian's break. Remember, Ian knew at first that making that snooker wasn't the most appropriate shot, but he took his chances, and indeed made it. Ian takes the break. He takes the break and scratches. Caesar seems to have an evening. All the crowd in the arena have been pulled, and Caesar takes his first visit as he opens the games. He's yet to choose a color, but seems he has nominated yellow. Caesar nominates yellow, and we need luck for someone to take this frame out of his hands. We need a rare luck, because he has understood that the player is playing is formidable and needs no chances. We have seen in the previous players he was reluctantly playing, but when he was led, I think we usually call it the beast mode. He has unleashed the beast mode. Now that that combination went in, it seems we are looking at another sweep. It's done. It's done, and Caesar thinks his final ball for this frame. It is 5-3. Ian is trailing by 2 frames. Knowing him as a formidable player, knowing him as one of the most talents to look out for, we are waiting to see whether he will pick another frame. But Caesar is in the lead, and it's very hard to convince people nowadays that someone can come from behind and snatch a win out of Caesar, especially if you lead him at some point. Caesar makes a fair break, and it's quite a juicy one. The table is very open. How about we see a repeat of what he did to Kasozi? Remember with Kasozi, the scoreline was 5-2. Caesar had 2 apples and 2 1 visits, while Kasozi had 1 apple and 1 visit. In the 2 frames he won. So if you cannot match up his level of making 1 visits and apples, it becomes convincingly hard for you to overcome him. And Caesar fails to close the table. He nominated yellow, but the ball couldn't. Ball was cheating the pocket, and unfortunately the pocket held it up. It is now yellow for Ian. Ian playing yellow, and if he takes it as a do or die frame, we shall see a finished game. He has corrected an error that he had made when the white slightly moved past what he expected. So he's back to the calculation, though his combination took the white, took his yellow ball somehow towards the red ball. The calculation becomes a little bit complicated, but Ian can do anything on the table on any day. He gets the white for the tricky yellow, and we can say he might choose to play that ball last because that angle could not bring back the white. So he has that chance, though the black can easily be sunk to the red, but we are yet to see what he will play. Yes, he has made a nice shot, and Ian will surely make a statement. He might not accept Caesar to be back on table. He might not. With the look of things, he has quite a number of options, but most especially a center ball. But if he chooses a drawback, we are waiting to see how it will bounce off the red. However, there's an option of a center, and yes, he has chosen the center. although the white is not as direct as he expected it. Being a man of targets, he can take it up since it's straight to the corner pocket, or he can cut it the center. But what will he trust? Which instincts does he have? Yes, and Ian takes it straight. He seems to be composed when he's taking direct shots. It's in. It's 4-5. Caesar needs 1, Ian needs 2. The previous game, the score lines were almost the same, but he came from down to overpower Kasuja Timothy. So Kasuja Timothy made quite a number of errors, but we are yet to see errors in this game. So far in the 9 frames they have played, the 2 errors of Caesar have been failing to close on the second frame and failing to close on the 9th frame. And that is what gave Ian a margin. Ian takes the break, and it's quite an amazing break. We shall witness another apple in this match to take us to a decider. We are expectant and optimistic that Ian is not going to give chances. Ian closes on red, but sinks one of his balls to the cushion. However, we know that such a cushion ball can only be had if you are going to use it for looking for white. But in this case, we cannot in any way expect Ian to give another chance to Caesar. He's going to do whatever is in his powers to see that he doesn't accept Caesar. And before I could finish my statement, Ian has given Caesar another chance. Caesar has to win this frame to take the game home, or risk a decider against a player of Ian's caliber. It's up to him. But we know he has finished games that looked even worse than this. We don't expect him to make errors. However, given the statement I made in at the start of the game, when I said that every time games are head on, there is an amount of pressure that builds up, that takes away the precision we see when these players are comfortably winning, and Caesar fails to take a near drive to. So Ian has accelerated his game. He seems to want this decider more than anybody, and though he has a tricky ball, we know that yes, Vincent is leading 3 against Farouk, 5-3 against Farouk, and the winner will take on Mansour. Remember, Mansour overpowered Hazard, and he has been playing his A game. Many players and many fans are saying we are yet to witness a final of Caesar and Mansour. However, with the dreadlock we are seeing on this table currently, we might have an upset. There's a possibility that Ian can take this game. It's still anyone's game. Remember, if he wins this one, he will have beaten Caesar 3 straight frames, and Caesar beat him also 4 straight frames before he also came in. Ian has been one of the most formidable bank shot players. He makes a bank shot to secure his white for black, and now he looks at the final black. Ian on black, and of course, though he's distracted, we know he will pot that black. He has got the white he needed, though the pressure is there. He sinks it in. It's a decider on this game. From the beginning, I assured everyone that the player of Ian's caliber, a player that gives few chances, a player who punishes whenever there is a mistake, such a player can never be taken for granted. He's a home-based player. He rose to fame when he played penalty shootouts against Ibra Sejemba, and he potted all the penalties on his chances. Caesar takes the break on this decider, and remember, ever since he changed his break, he has been making very wonderful breaks, and this time round it's a dry break on decider, and Ian looks to close the table. The table is as tricky as possible. Any nomination you make, you need about 3 shots to ensure that this game goes into your grip. You have 2 shots to open the frames, and Ian fails to close the table when he tried to nominate red. However, Caesar has nominated yellow. Caesar goes defense.
Thank you.
It seems he needs this game more than anybody out there. He needs to prove a point. He knows very much that he has disappointed his fans on 2 frames, where 1 he failed to close the table. 2 cases he failed to close the table, and he fell prey to the clinical Ian. Now Ian has made an amazing shot and intercepted Caesar's ball. Caesar now is left with quite a tricky shot. Caesar makes the shot, and the game is very, very tricky. Whoever is going to lose this game will painfully live to remember, because it's an enclosed game, and whoever makes the errors will lose. So Ian with a snooker. Caesar seems not to be seeing any of his balls, and of course he asks for the cushion. Caesar comes off cushion to get his ball, denying Ian a foul. Now Ian, he has a dead ball. Their balls mid cushion, mid table, where both Caesar's ball and Ian's ball are, and much as most of them are banking on that ball, we cannot convincingly say it's a dead ball. These players have made better clinical finishes and opened such frames. Ian makes an amazing off ball, Caesar's ball, and for him to secure the pocket, he needs to use the same pocket to takes an off ball in his second ball, and he does it again.
Come on.
He seems to want to intercept the ball, but all his efforts are just spotting the ball. So though he shows a sign of frustration, he has no option than to see what next. He has other options. He can still intercept that one, but he will leave another open unintercepted. He has to really bring out his A game. But at this point, shall we see him defending that pocket, or shall we see him going aggressive? Remember, to him, from the look of things,
Come on, Caesar. Come on, Caesar.
from the look of things, he has been good at doubles. Ian pots one of his balls and fails to tap on his other ball to open. So yes, we can still say Ian is now in a more tricky situation now. Ian is in a more tricky situation. The game, the more he opens up the game, the more he gives Caesar an open chance to his
Come
game.
on.
Ian again makes another poke that was tricky, and he gets his ball. He gets a close range shot, and he has to dig that ball off that cushion for him to pot this ball and open this other red. Remember, we know we are very convinced with these targets, and we know at his level he can pot that ball and can even open. So he is yet to pot that ball to get the white for this red. Any mistake, any error, any miscalculation, any poor calculation can see him snooker.
Come on, boy.
And
Perfect.
before I finished it, he almost went into a snooker. But he can see, he can view his ball. He can view his ball. However, remember, he can see it. He can see it. Oh, he can't see this ball. Though it's tricky, it looks as though he can see it. It looks as if he needed the white to open. So, if I was given a chance to go and flip, I can say he can look it. He can see the ball. He also knows and is very sure that if he errs at this point, this ball can be seen. However, he knows that any error he makes at this point, Caesar will not give him any chances. Caesar will not give him any chances. But remember, the just concluded frame where we expected Caesar not to fail on a seemingly easy shot. He failed. So Ian goes for cushion. He makes a legal cushion. Such that he doesn't offer Caesar any opportunity. Now Caesar Caesar has a
Come on,
chance
champion.
to clear.
Champion.
He has a chance to
You have
clear.
this.
But remember,
Beside the
he
master.
has a very tricky
Beside the
ball.
master.
He has a very, very tricky ball, and he wants to go defensive. Caesar wants to go defensive,
Whatever you do.
but yet some instinct tells him, what if? So the slow pace is just generated by a pressure that
Come on,
just
come on,
generated.
come on, come on, come
Caesar, all the calculations we are seeing here
on. You're better. Take your time, bro. You're better.
are aimed at,
This is our game.
all the calculations are aimed
We
at
got this. We got this.
going defensive. But this final calculation seems to need him to go for the frame.
Thank you, Caesar.
And Caesar
We got this.
goes defensive. Caesar goes defensive, and without fear of contradiction, we can say he's in the driving seat. Only if Ian fails to touch his ball. If Ian chooses this ball and opens, for Caesar will finish. But if he chooses the corner pocket and he taps on it, it still becomes a tricky shot. Ian has fouled. Ian has fouled. Ian has failed. Caesar opens the game, opens his dead ball, and now aims not to give any chances. Caesar aims not to give any chances.
Come on, the Scorpion.
So
Get Winnie coming. Thank you, Scorpion.
yes, Caesar is comfortably taking this home. It is final before finals, as Caesar once again overpowers his opponent in a decider. Well played, Ian. Well played, Chandiga Caesar. Both of you are very, very incredible players. Thanks, Ian, for proving a point. What an amazing, amazing game. Yes, up next, we see Caesar has registered his name into I sign out.